You have a brilliant concept for a new medical device or in vitro diagnostic, but designing the technology and getting the prototypes spinning out of the lab only accounts for about 10% of the journey to market. The remaining 90% involves surviving one of the most unforgiving, intensely scrutinized regulatory environments on the planet. Yet, a surprising number of highly innovative devices never make it to patients. They fail because manufacturers treat facility design, quality management, and regulatory strategy as entirely separate, disconnected stages of a project. This diagram shows a standard but flawed project timeline. When the facility, quality, and regulatory teams operate in silos, you inevitably hit a barrier. Cleanrooms fail to meet exact particulate standards. USFDA or European CE applications are rejected for missing data, and companies are forced into massive, expensive redesigns. Survival depends on synchronizing the facility's physical requirements with regulatory milestones from the very start, ensuring the infrastructure and the documentation grow in parallel. An early, integrated regulatory strategy is the only reliable way to reach a modern medical market. That is exactly what I3C Global provides, acting as an end-to-end architect from your first concept to final commercialization. I3C Global operates with a team of over 80 full-time regulatory professionals. They serve as the central engine driving this integrated approach. This map shows a connected network across 5 specific hubs: India, Portugal, Germany, the UK, and the USA. Having teams on the ground in these locations creates a direct bridge between distinct global regulatory frameworks. The process begins with Phase 1, concept and setup. Instead of waiting for a completed prototype, I3C Global defines your device's most efficient regulatory pathway at the exact same time they are planning the layout of the physical manufacturing plant. They implement lean manufacturing principles directly into the facility design. This includes coordinating early with cleanroom vendors and integrating rigorous risk analysis into the actual architecture of the building. By doing this, regulatory compliance is engineered directly into the blueprints of your facility, rather than being treated as an afterthought once the walls are built. Once the infrastructure is complete and the equipment is installed, the project shifts into Phase 2, readiness and compliance. This requires strict on-site physical execution. I3C Global oversees the validation of critical manufacturing processes and conducts thorough Good Manufacturing Practice, or GMP, training for your quality assurance and regulatory affairs teams. This diagram shows how a robust quality management system operates. It is built on adherence to global standards, combining the requirements of ISO 13485, the Medical Device Single Audit Program, and FDA 21 CFR 820 into one unified system. Building a compliant physical facility and verifying those quality management systems clears the path for Phase 3, the approvals. The groundwork is already established, allowing for smooth, frictionless final applications. This process specifically targets the ultimate commercial goals for medical manufacturers, securing USFDA 510(k) clearances and European CE marking under the strict MDR and IVDR regulations. These international approvals are the direct result of aligning every stage of production with the specific technical requirements of your target market. But the timeline doesn't end there. For manufacturers, market approval is the starting line for commercial success. Devices must be continuously monitored in the real world. This requires establishing active post-market surveillance systems to track the product's performance and safety among actual patients. Additionally, keeping those CE marks and FDA clearances legally valid requires strict annual maintenance of your technical documentation. Taking a highly complex medical device from an idea to a global patient population leaves absolutely no room for trial and error. Appointing I3C Global at the concept level establishes a rigorous regulatory roadmap and an optimized facility layout, creating a path toward global market access that is both predictable and cost-effective. They take regulatory compliance from a looming end-stage hurdle and turn it into a foundational operational advantage.